Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bonafide Investing. We talk all things high yield investing, options, investment ideas, as well as investment goals. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Give a little background here. We basically built out a all-weather diversified high yield portfolio that I have narrowed down to my favorite high yield ETFs, closed-end funds, what have you, as well as trading options to have this account generate enough income for me to not have to work to do the things I want to do and use a little margin as well as my capital to accomplish this. Please hit like and subscribe. Please help support the channel. The more support we can get, the more videos I can make. And feel free to share and comment as well. Disclaimer, this is not financial advice, not now, not ever, not in any past videos, not in any future videos. So please do your own due diligence before making any of your own investment decisions. Wanted to just make a video just, based on market open. I made a video yesterday, what I thought about the week ahead. It's interesting. There's really nothing different. The NASDAQ opened up down about 1.5%. It's already rallied back, looking better than most days last week. So again, I thought it would shrug everything off. I said yesterday that I thought that, Monday might digest everything, but markets will probably shrug everything off. So it's interesting that we are not even down 1% in either the S&P or the NASDAQ. Interesting. Doesn't look like any other day. Silver, I'm going to stick with my put on it. Silver is hitting a lot of resistance that it just is not breaking through. We'll see if it does. I personally like gold and cash much better than silver, platinum, and palladium for 2026 now, but we shall see how that plays out. Volatility is still up significantly today, even though the markets have climbed back a little bit this morning. What I'll probably do, I think if my VXX call gets to 100% profit, I'm probably going to sell it, put it into something else. If the markets do close down 1% or more, I'll probably double my dollar cost average back into the Qs, SPY. Again, I have my $200 per day reinvested back into a lot of my holdings, not all of them, but I'd say many of them. And that's each and every market day. On the real big down days, I like to double, not necessarily into every position, just I think wherever's getting hit the hardest. CRF might even be a candidate today, right? To dollar cost average back into, we shall see. But I just wanted to give you my thoughts there. I thought that the markets were rather resilient, considering that some of the headlines now are Iran won't surrender. We've sadly had a few military personnel pass away from this, which is awful. But this is unfortunately what war looks like, and it's a terrible thing. But it's something that we unfortunately have to deal with. So just want to give you my thoughts there. I think where the week's headed, I think flat to down overall. This market needs a serious correction. But you know what? When everybody's fearful, I looked at the CNN Green and Fear Index today, and it's still fear in the market, which means that I think the downside might now be limited, right? I think when this market crash that I talk about in many of my videos comes, that I'm anticipating, I think there'll be so much complacency and so much greed in the market, it'll be taken as the new normal, right? This is how things are now. This is how things are going to be. And then I think the collapse comes. But right now, we're well overdue for at least a 10 to 20% correction. So if we get it, nobody knows. Markets don't care what I think. Markets don't care what anybody thinks. They will do what they do. They will always keep you humble. And if you haven't been humbled by the markets yet, I think it's a good thing to happen to everybody at least once, or should I say only once, right? As long as you learn your lesson. But speaking of which, got some really weird off the wall comments that I copy people's channels, that my investing strategy isn't real, blah, blah, blah. you know, these are usually people I ignore, like to pray for, but I just ignore them. They're usually not investors. They are people you want to stay away from. They bring nothing but negativity and false claims. And false claims are never welcomed here. I always welcome comments until they're just off the wall or untrue, right? So I've never copied anybody's channel. Cash for Life is its own account. It does not overlap anybody else's strategy. I think when you're in the high yield space and you want to live free from 9 to 5, I think there are similar channels out there. Some I like, some I don't like. The other people you want to stay away from, I see a lot of these high yield channels where people are showing spreadsheets. They're not showing their accounts. So I don't even know if these people are really investing. There's a lot of them out there that go, I just bought this, you know, I sold this. Look at I swapped this for this. Look at my gains and losses. But oftentimes they won't even show you anything, not even an account or a spreadsheet. In best case, you get a spreadsheet. I would stay away from these channels. These are people who I think are probably still live in a mom and dad's basement, you know, and just trying to spin a channel for their benefit. But I don't know if they have any skin in the game or not, right? So I'm very careful of people who don't show their actual accounts. There's some good ones out there who do. They show you their trades, what they're doing, their thoughts, you know, at least having an opinion, I think is important. None of us are always right? A lot of it's an opinion. You can go off charts and math and logic, but you know, nothing's 100%, right? So, yeah, I don't follow anybody. I don't copy anybody. Please don't follow anybody besides Jesus Christ. Follow him, but don't follow anybody. Be your own investor. Make your own decisions based on your convictions, your research, and really your goals and what you're trying to accomplish. Okay. But wanted to make a video just kind of talking about that, as well as, again, it's interesting to see the markets, what they've done this morning, rallied back hard. The NASDAQ is already up about 1% from where it opened, and markets have not been open that long. So I think it's just another day in the markets. I'm hoping this Iran conflict lasts as short as possible, and that, you know, I guess all we can do is pray for the region, pray for peace. But, you know, let's see how this week unfolds. But already, you know, volatility has come down a little bit. Markets have come up. I will probably make another video this week on any maybe new changes, new trades I've made in the portfolio. I'm looking at some 2x levered ETFs to sell calls on, or even the underlying, right, the actual stock itself to buy calls or puts on, going long or short on some holdings as well. And we'll talk about that in a future video. But again, don't let the fear scare you out of any positions. Don't start selling out because you know, hear war headlines. Again, if it's already been in the press, it's already reflected in the markets, right? So the markets have already soaked up any news, any headlines, any fear. So again, sometimes, like we talked about in yesterday's video, when the missiles start flying, it's time to start buying, right? It's usually the best time to pick up things that you want to hold for the long term. So that's always a consideration as well. So again, make sure you trust God, ignore the noise, ignore the hype, ignore the fear, and hope you guys have from today's video. Have a good day.